Okay, on this project, you'll go to your assignment folders, open the folder, name number 1, Selections, Polygonal Lasso tool, and you're going to open both pictures, the cabin picture and the mountain picture, okay, which will be this picture and this picture. Okay, first we're going to start off using the Polygonal Lasso. It's this one right here. You may have to hold it down. There's 3 different lasso tools here. You want to use the Polygonal Lasso tool, the one in the middle. The way this one works, and I'm just going to show you here on the side, if you click once, it puts an anchor down. When you move your mouse, it stretches any direction, any length you want to go. When you click again, it puts another anchor down. You can either work your way back around to your starting point, and I don't know if you can see this, but right as you get back on your starting point, a little 0 will appear, and if you click there, it'll close the loop. Or you can just, if you double click, it'll close the loop. Deselect that. You might want to play with that for just a second, kind of see how it works, and once you do, then we're going to start on the cabin here. I'm going to start at the very top and click right on the edge. I'm going to follow the edge down here, click. Just following the outside edge of the cabin, click, click. Again, put an anchor any place you need to change directions. Now when I get to the bottom, I'm going to go down here just slightly below the bottom of this bottom post. Come straight across to the outside edge. There's a little part that comes outside here of the cabin, so I'm going to go around it, follow up the outside post along the roof until I get back to my starting point. Little 0 appears, click, and it closes the selection. What we're going to do at this point, well, let me drag this tab down. You have a couple of choices as far as how you can move this to another picture. We're going to move this cabin over to this picture. One way, I could take my move tool, which is this one right here, this little cross, and I could just drag directly over to this picture, let up, and there it is. Now notice when I did that, when I first started dragging, it looked like it cut a hole there, but when I released over here, it actually left this picture undamaged, and it put this house over here. Now I'm going to back up a couple of steps to show you the other way. The other way we could do it, instead of using the Move tool, we could just do Edit, Copy, which copies the part of the picture that's inside the selection. Click on this tab to make this picture active, and do Edit, Paste, and it pastes it inside there. You can use either method, but you want to move the cabin picture over to the mountain picture. Once you get that done, we can turn this off. Okay, we want to resize this and position it, and we're going to try to make it look like it was actually in the picture. Now just to make it a little easier, I've actually put an outline to show you where this might go. If we take a look at our layers, now we talked about layers a little bit earlier, but again, just as a reminder, when we moved this picture, whether we moved it across or copied it across, it puts it on a new layer. So right here, I can turn that on and off. Also, there's a hidden layer right here. I'm going to go ahead and turn this off for a second. The one that says Cabin Outline, if I turn that on, I put an outline there that's about the right size and position that I want the cabin to be. So if I turn this back on, I can move this up, making sure that I'm on this layer 1 layer. And you can see it's a little large, so I'm going to take and do Control T for transform. It puts this bounding box around it. I'm going to hold down Shift and drag from the corners. That'll keep it in proportion. And I'm going to drag it to where it just pretty much meets the edge of that outline. So something can move this around while it still has the bounding box. Something near that size. Once I get it the size and position I want it, I'm going to hit enter. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and turn the outline off right here on my layers. Now if your layers weren't showing, all you would have to do is go up to Window and click Layers. I should have told you that before, but just as a reminder, if you're still looking, go to Window and click Layers. Now it looks there, but it looks better, but it's obvious has some problems here. First off, you can kind of see this straight edge right here where that was cut out. So to fix that, we're going to take the eraser right here. I'm going to make sure up here on the brushes that I'm on one of the blurry, fuzzy looking brushes. Okay. Maybe about the 45 size. And also I'm going to set the opacity for that brush to somewhere around 40%. That way it won't take everything out at once. And with the soft brush and the opacity down, as I go across here, you can see I can kind of fade out the bottom edge. I'm just taking off that bottom straight edge line. Kind of breaking it up. Don't want to see that hard edge. Maybe about like that. Now the other main problem that it has, I'm going to take my magnifying glass and zoom in, is right here. This part in here is left over from the other picture. So we've got sky down here where ground should be. So once again, I'm going to go to my Polygonal Lasso tool, click along the edge here, go around the part that needs to come out, all the background part inside this area. And then I'm just going to hit delete, which cuts that out. Select, deselect, zoom out. And that looks basically like it was there. Now, we'll learn some things later on that we could do to it that would make it look even more like, where it would match the colors better and that sort of thing. But it doesn't look too bad. So this is where we're going to stop on this. Again, should have made it about the same size as this outline, and that roughly that position. Once you get to this point, save this to your work to be graded folder. Also save a copy to your desktop folder. And that ends this project.